Hey guys, I'm just testing a live stream for the first time. Gonna just go through some options, see what I can do. Probably won't be on here very long. I know at this moment, Chattanooga Ed and Rico Stan are streaming. Appreciate you guys coming in here. I am still trying to figure everything out, so just bear with me. I'm doing this from my phone. Yep, still trying to figure all this out. Give me just a moment. My fish tanks, what's up, man? How's it going? Fishy on tank pics, how's it? What's up, David G? So I'm actually able to see chat. Appreciate you guys coming in. What are y'all up to today? Picture quality looking good? Hey Kimberly, how's it going? So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the camera around and show you guys some tanks. While I'm doing this, let me know how the quality and everything's going. Can you guys hear me good? All right. All right. Sorry if there's glare. Take you around over here first, actually. So you got some of my silver angels. Awesome. Looks like video's coming through. Thanks, Kimberly. So this is a 40-gallon breeder. As you can see, full of some silver angelfish. There's also some in here with like a ghost gene. So I'm actually about to separate all these guys and get them more utilized. Some of these guys are going to be sold here in about a week or so. Up here's another 40 breeder. All I have right now is this pair. It's a gold marble and then a panda. And when I breed these two, I get about 75% koi out of them, and then the rest are marbled. So I have some of their babies in the other room. I may go in there and show you guys. One of my koi or betas. I have a few male guppies in the back. This was one of my Santa Claus guppy tanks, but I sold out of all the females I had and was left with 3 females, but they're in the very back hiding at the moment. So this is one of my brine shrimp hatcheries. I'm about to feed around 4 or 5 o'clock. These are some of the tuxedo kois. These are homebred, several generations in. Um, Most of my tanks are going to be bare bottom or at least a light layer of aragonite or some kind of substrate. I put aragonite in the guppy tanks because it buffers a higher pH, and guppies prefer a higher pH. And since I deal with thousands of imports, I've just learned over the years that adding the aragonite, especially to the import tanks when I'm quarantining and acclimating, they just do a lot better for me. Again, I have a pair of blue ghost angelfish in here. I'm going to be in the back hiding. I adjusted the light so it would be better quality, but in the process it wound up scaring them all, so they're like nervous hiding in the back. Again, here's another just about empty tank. This was a albino galaxy red tails, and I've sold out of all the males and was left with 2 females at the end. And I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up, but there are some babies in here. Yeah, not going to be able to see them right now, but there are babies all in the water sprite. This is one of my blue Moscow tanks. They got a little sick on me, so I've been working it and getting them healthy. They look good now, but I've still got a few in here. Like that guy's he's old, but his tail is getting beat up. They're looking good now. I've corrected whatever was going on with them, so they're recovering at the moment. But this tank was doing really well. Then all of a sudden, I had like this guy right here. Not too happy. So I'm still feeding this Dr. Bassler's. This is the Fuco brand. It's an antibacterial. So I'm making sure it's nothing bacterial, and then I'm going to start the anti-parasite food. But I just want to make sure I go through the bacterial first to make sure it's nothing like that. So these guys are just sitting around, hadn't been doing nothing with them but watching them, medicating them. Down here, these guys again are going to be scared because I moved the light. There's a bunch of angelfish. Some more here. I just set this tank up. There's some half black blue tails in here, just a couple of females and a few babies. Most every tank I'm going to have some kind of plants in. All these have water sprite floating up top. These are some of the half black whites. These are homebred, several generations in. Really happy with this strain. Got a koi pair right here. Here's 2 more sets of 40 breeders. Hey Ricky, how's it going, man? Appreciate you guys being here. These are just some dark gold marbles. Guys are about they're about 3 months old. I'm sorry. Not too old. And if you're wondering what this is actually a bottle that I put CO2 in every morning. Instead of having a hose in there with a diffuser, which I have that set up in this tank. I should have shown you guys that. But every morning I come in and I have this CO2 tank right here with a little bent valve on it. And I stick it in, put it up in the lid right there, and I fill up the bottle. And if you look right there at the white spot, that's a piece of styrofoam. And that shows where I can see the level where the water's at, because as the CO2 evaporates into the water, it pulls water up into the bottle. And this thing will be full of water once it's finally done. But I normally don't let it get that far. I'll come in here every morning and fill it back up to the bottom. And then I have my sponge filter right there beside it to just create circulation, pull the water flow around it. And I'm not sure if it's going to pick it up. These plants have bubbles all over them, so they're wanting to curl, or curling is when the bubbles are coming off them. They're not coming off yet. It's not really picking it up either, though. There's some bubbles all over this twisted valve that I've got floating. Most people plant it in substrate, but I just keep it floating. It grows really well just as is. Hey Ames, how are you doing? And down here, some more angels. This is one of my parabas. Beautiful fish. Most of them, of course, are going to be hiding. Kind of warm here in one of the fish rooms. Okay, so here's a half-black bluetail tank. I love these guys. Such a pretty blue, in my opinion. How's the video quality right now, Ames? Can everything coming good through, or through good? Bunch of fry in this tank. Sorry if the light's kind of blurring stuff. Again, I'm doing this from my phone. I'm currently still waiting to get my internet hooked up at the house, at the new house where I just moved into. So right now I'm having to do everything from my phone. Thanks, David. I think if someone asked me if I was in Northwest Arkansas earlier, I'm actually down in Hot Springs, which is more central. This tank's full of hornwort. Both these tanks here are just stock full of hornwort. These are the polar blue cichlids. Bunch of babies in here. Really, they're getting close to juveniles. 2 months old now. And these guys don't get very big. There's mom right there. She's full grown. Here's dad right here. He'll turn sideways. These guys are under 2 inches. I love how small these fish stay. That's mom and dad. The mom has a super nice red tone to her on her side if you catch it just right in the light. Down here I have another set, the polar blues, with mom and dad. This tank's a little blurry. I didn't clean the inside. Yeah, David, we should set something up. I come up to Bentonville every now and then. I've got to go back up there in a few months, but it may, like I said, it probably be a few months. This was my purple blue mosaic tank. I've got, I think, 1 male and 3 females in here left. Hard to see the color on them, but really like the color on that guy. Super pretty guppy. All right, up here, if that male will come forward, I'm sure he's scared of the phone. I'm normally not recording so close. These are my, let's see, metal bluegrass is what these guys are. See if I can get the phone to focus on them. Super pretty fish. I only have 1 male left and 2 or 3 females. These were imported from Thailand, and all the rest of these are babies from them. So, yeah, it's not going to show up good. I've got other videos of these guys. They look really nice. Fisherman Fever, what's up, James? Good to see you. Thanks for catching my first live stream. Oh, let's see, down here, these are the snake skin gold lace, I believe they were. These are some young guys just about to be adults. They're older juveniles. Down here, I got some of my peacock cichlids. These are my neon blues. I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to back up. Again, there's some more peacock cichlids up here. Sorry, it's glaring. I'm going to move on. It's one of my 55s. These are some of my homebred angels, gold marbles, and then some silvers. I got some regular bristlenose plecos and some salt and pepper cories, I believe is what they're called. The bachelor food is going good. I currently haven't been taking as many orders lately, just because I've been so busy getting new things set up. But this is all Dr. Bachelor food, different kinds, different sizes. This is a large pumpkin. So this is strictly pretty much all I feed my fish now, and I've been super happy. There's some regular, extra large. So yeah, if you're needing some Dr. Bachelor food, feel free to contact me or just leave a comment, and I'll I'll post my email after I'm done here in the comments below so you can get a hold of me. Down here I have just one of my peacock cichlids, really nice blue guy. Again, the lighting's not great. I do not actually have a light over that tank at the moment. I'm gonna throw some food out in this tank. I got some long fin bristle noses in here. I'll show you guys. Right now I'm feeding them Dr. Bassler's ACI extra large. It's good for coloring. Go ahead and drop some of this tank too. So I'll go ahead and show you this tank beside it while those plecos are getting ready to feed. So these are some of my platinum marbles. One second, my dog's barking like crazy. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So platinum marble angels, about 3 months old. Down here I got albino cories and some regular bristle nose. Got some bigger albino bristle nose. Yeah, no, right names. So up here I got Kabamba floating, this plant. Most people will plant it in their substrate, but again, it grows great at the surface. And as most of you guys know, plants are super beneficial for cycling a tank and keeping them cycled and keeping them from getting out of whack as quickly. So again, this tank's just stuffed full of hornwort. I love this stuff. It barely sheds its needles. Great place for the fry to hide. Once it gets thick enough, it's just, I have a really high fry rate when the tank's stocked full like this with hornwort. This was one of my bluegrass tanks. Got a bunch of fry growing out. One of my betas. Right now it's just a bunch of juveniles, so not a lot of color going on. Here's another bluegrass tank. There's one of my males. Again, there's no lighting on this one right now, so not going to be the best quality. This was my black gold lace tank. Again, this is mainly just fry growing out. There is one juvenile male towards the back. Again, they're not used to the camera. All right, here we go. Again, I see them just swim right off. Like, what the heck is that? Anyway, there's a dozen or so long fin bristle noses in here, and about 1 million ram's horns. Well, dang it. There's one guy. Which tank are you asking about, Ames? This tank here, or this tank here. This is hornwort. The only thing in this tank is hornwort, and it's just growing down to the bottom. This is a fake plant here, or just a fake mat that I have circled. If just in case you want to know it, this is something I bought off Amazon. It's a 9-inch by 9-inch square mat, and I just zip tie it in a circle, and it's a great place for the fry to hide. It'll pick up. This thing's stocked full of fish. No plants on the bottom here. No plants on the bottom here. And this is a ball of Java moss. It's kind of dirty. It was really big. This moss ball was like almost to the surface. And I moved here, and in the process, it almost killed the moss. I'm not really sure why, but it's slowly recovering. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to start pulling the phone out in front of them more often. Okay, so I do have a CO2 tank right here hooked up on a timer. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it through here, but I got it on a diffuser in the back, and it's right behind the sponge filter. And honestly, I couldn't even tell you the names of everything in here. There's Java moss, and a bunch of Nubius floating in the back. It's gonna be hard to see them. Water sprite, some kabamba, Java ferns. So this is a blackwater tank I'm just working on just to do it. So if you're wondering, these are 29-gallon tanks here. I got them set long ways opposite. So these are 29s here, facing what you would say would be the normal way. But if you turn them long ways, you can stack them so much tighter. So when the new fish room that I'm working on, about to really start working on, everything will be set up this way. But 29s on the first 2 rows, and the top row is 20 longs. So they're the same length as 29s, just shorter. So linear piston air pump up here in this box. I've actually, just in the box to damper the noise. And then I cut a hole for the tube, flexible tube to come out, and then hook into PVC. So right, and again, these tanks here and here are 40-gallon breeders on wooden stands that I built. And this rack system is a metal frame that was welded together. Over here, down here is a bunch of camping gear. We're about to go on a camping trip, so just pardon that. Over here is 20 longs on the first 2 rows and 20 highs on the top. I'm sorry, the glare. 2 29s here and a 55. Gonna get another one up top soon. I've literally got over 100 tanks just sitting on the ground outside. I've just hadn't had time to get everything set up like I would like. I know it's going to be a bit glary, but over here is 29s, a 20 long, and a 10-gallon, and 2 more 10 gallons. See if I can get a glimpse of these guys. So this is the leopard frog pleco tank, the L134s, but they always hide. They never come out. I only have 3 of them that I got from a guy. Yeah, they're not. I'm gonna go ahead and quit now because they're not gonna come out and it ain't gonna pick them up. Here's some of the Santa Claus guppies. They were towards the back at first. All right, so I'm gonna try to go into the other room of the house now. The last time I went in there, my signal wasn't great and the picture quality was not that good when I was on another live stream on the Aquatic Morning Show with Jess and Rocco. You guys should check them out. Yeah, kind of getting a tour of the house and a fish room tour a little bit on my first live stream. All right, so I'm going to try to move slow. If it's not coming through clear, please let me know. This is a Discus tank. Lights way towards the back. They're a really shy fish. But I got some blue diamonds in here. These are some melons. Got some blue turquoise and red turquoise. And I just changed these filters out because I've been having trouble with this tank being cloudy. And this is an aquarium co-op filter. And this is one of Jimco's sponges. And I'm just going to test the two and see if this one does a little bit better job. It's not as coarse. It's a little finer than the aquarium co-ops. I think a lot of the finer particles are going through this one. So I'm going to see if this one might do a bit better job. We'll see. Testing it out. Here's another 29-gallon. Couple betas. Angelfish. All homegrown. And when I moved, some of my plants didn't fare so well. Kind of melted back, but they're growing in again. Some of the Dumbo red tails. Some of the red dragons. These are actually just a mix of guppies. I imported them, and I imported them as blue Moscows, and it came in basically as black Moscows, but there is a blue tint in them if the light's just correct, or just right. So I wasn't quite sure how I was going to sell these guys, so I ultimately haven't yet, and they've got old now. So these guys are going to be going in a pond or a bigger tank here soon. But this is a red dragon beta. Love that guy. He's almost so white though, the camera's not picking him up very well. Some of the yellow Tiger King cobras. I love the looks of these guys. Bunch of fry. Got a few adults. These are the metal blacks. Got about 3 trios in here. And a handful of fries. Got a few Dumbo red mosaic males left, and one female in this tank, and a handful of fry. Again, no light on this tank, so I didn't be able to see it. This is a black Moscow's in a beta. Down here in this tank, we got the half moon tigers. One of my Dumbo lavender betas. And down here we got the purple king cobras. It's not doesn't look like it's gonna pick up the body pattern right now. We got, let's see, koi betas. I hope everyone's having a good day. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, there's my half black whites or half black white pastels. The Nemo beta. Here's some of the adult polar blue cichlids that I've grown out. Here are some of the electric blue Acara fry. I've posted a bunch of videos of these guys on my Facebook page. Tons of these guys. So I hope I'm not being rude to somebody and overlapping their live stream. I only got 6 people in here, it looks like, so I'm not taking away a bunch if so. And I again appreciate whoever's here being here. Doesn't show me who's in here, it just shows me the number. So definitely say hey if you hadn't, let me know that you're here. Some of the juvenile polar blues, the beta. Tank full of hornwort and albino bristlenose juveniles, about 1.5 inches long, getting close to 2 inches. Doesn't look like it right now, but there's probably 50 or so in here. They're all on the back side of the log. I can probably put some food on those guys and get them to come out though before I get off here. So this is a sump system. This is just a huge filtration block here. And these are 33 longs that are actually have 2 separators in here. So each unit is about 11 gallons. And it's all hooked up on a sump system or PVC behind the back, and they all flow consistently nonstop. Let them sit. Let that food set for a second, and I bet you they'll come out. So these 2 guys are in quarantine. It's the only reason why they're in here now, and they'll actually be going to new owners. I imported them from Thailand. And generally for these flower horns and the discus, I will keep them for several months just to watch them, deworm them slowly. Just totally make sure they're acclimated well, not acting crazy. Right here is some of the koi angels from the golden marble and the panda parents I showed you early in the 40 breeder. These are the only ones I got left. I sold all the other ones. All right. I'll take you guys into the living room and show you some of the cherry shrimp. And then I'm probably maybe one more tank and then I'll get off here. All right. Whew. Hot in that room too, a little sweaty. So I heat the whole rooms, or right now I just shut off the AC to those rooms and the whole rooms get heated. Saves a lot on electric. All right, let me switch this camera back around. Let's see. Again, let me test these two cameras. Yeah, I'll go with that. So there's two options on the cameras. So first time testing them out. It's pretty blurry, but this tank's full of cherry shrimp. Yeah, I'm on their aims. Since I'm doing this from my phone for the first time, I guess I would assume I would know how to share it and post it in Facebook and stuff, but I have not gave it a shot yet. Cherry shrimp. Again, this is a ball of Java moss with some other moss that's growing with it, and I'm not really sure what it is actually. Bought this tank from another breeder, the whole tank and shrimp and everything as is. And right here, I got some endlers. There's also some cherry shrimp in this tank as well. All right, give me just a moment. I'm going to show you two more tanks, and then I'm going to log off here. My son's going to be home from school soon. So I'm going to give him my full attention for a little while as soon as he gets here. All right, here we are at another 40-gallon breeder in the bedroom. Stocked full of plants. Got a bunch of koi in here, high coverage koi. These guys are super red. Let's see if I Paraba in here. Marbles, a pair of platinums. But mainly, this is a group of high coverage koi that we got. My girlfriend bought these. Right here we got a 55 tall. Same footprint as a 40 breeder, it's just a bit taller. And here are parabas as well. These are dark parabas. Bought a group of these from Becky Basham. So some are leopard Hanoi parabas. Some are just parabas. Yeah, I love these guys. Currently got at least 3 or 4 pairs in here. They've just now started pairing up, so I'm going to have to get them all in their own tanks. We've had at least 3. These guys have spawned twice on this slate, and a group has. They spawned on the leaf ultimately, but they were picking up that slate at first. So I gotta get going and get these guys in their own tanks and start getting some babies off them. Super pretty fish. All right, guys. Well, I think that's about it for me. I really appreciate everyone that showed up, said hey, and talked in the chat for my first live stream. Thanks for just letting me know how it looks. Seems that the video quality and everything has been good this whole time. So that's good news. I'm going to start trying to be on here more often, and we'll see how it goes. I'll have to figure out scheduling and see what works best with everybody else so I don't overlap someone. But it will most likely be either Tuesday. Well, I don't know. I'll just have to figure it out, see what works best. I'm going to try to do this more often for you guys. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. If you're not a part of it yet, if you do Facebook, please feel free to join my Facebook group. It's J. Oliver Guppies and Aquatics as well. And I also run the largest USA-based guppy group on Facebook, and that's called All About Guppies USA Only. So if you're into guppies at all, you should join that group as well. And yes, Ames, this is just my phone camera. Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks, Ames, everybody else that jumped in here. Really appreciate you guys. Love the support. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. All right, guys. I'm off here. Thanks. Later.